Brandon Aiyuk signed his contract. This man is now making $30 million a year. And we're going to talk about it. Let's go.
I'm a 49er, I bleed red and gold. I've been faithful since I was 2 years old. We bout to score quick and count another ring. Being a 49er mean I'm a 40.
Yes, Brandon Aiyuk signed his very brand new contract, 4 years, $120 million, $76 million guaranteed. This is a phenomenal situation for the San Francisco 49ers. They have their elite wide receiver that's going to be there for quite some time now. 4 years, he's only 26 years old. This is about to be great for the San Francisco 49ers. I truly do believe Brandon Aiyuk is exactly the missing piece of what's going to take this over to the top, especially next year with Brock Purdy getting his contract for $60 million. Brandon Aiyuk has nothing but phenomenal things to do moving forward. This was a grueling test of really two sides that really couldn't come to an agreement. And I feel like Brandon Aiyuk isn't technically worth $30 million, but at the same time, that's what the market said he was, and that's what the market gave him. I believe this season for Brandon Aiyuk, he's going to be getting targeted so much more. I believe his target is going to be moving up from getting 4 targets a game to close to about 6 to 7. I think he's going to be the new factor in the 49ers offense. But it's going to come down to Kyle Shanahan. Is Kyle Shanahan actually going to take the time to make sure that Brandon Aiyuk actually gets the ball consistently and be a factor to where he can be a consistent Pro Bowler? That's a deeper question that we really should talk about in a different video. But Brandon Aiyuk truly has done everything what it takes to get this contract. He's earned it. He's put all the work in. Do we agree with the diva stuff that he did? Maybe not so much. But at the same time, his contract and his agent worked hand in hand. That he had to work with John Lynch to get this contract, completed. And it came to the 9th hour. This contract was actually supposed to be done August 10th. But for some reason, Brandon Aiyuk didn't want to sign it until the very last second. He was getting fined $40,000 a practice. And let's be honest, $40,000, that's not no chump change. We all can use that type of money. But anyway, now that Brandon Aiyuk's contract is done, we can now start focusing on Trent Williams. But with Brandon Aiyuk coming in today, being the new money, the new style, everything that's new with him, I truly do believe that the offense is going to be super potent with him. I think there's going to be way more deep routes, more drags, more bubble screens. The way that Deebo Samuels was the star for our offense for the past 2.5 years, I believe Brandon Aiyuk is about to move in that light and truly be our number 1 wide receiver, which is going to be a great thing for everyone on that offensive line, as well as the whole offense in the skills positions. Brandon Aiyuk has his number 1 target, and that's going to be great moving forward. Okay. With everything with this contract being so good, we have to honestly get into the bad things that happens with this contract. He signed for $120 million on 4 years, $76 million guaranteed. Do I feel he's worth this type of a contract? Absolutely. But with the actual Super Bowl team, fuck no. This is not someone who deserves to get this type of a contract with a Super Bowl team. He's the 4th option. He's been the 4th option. And now we're going to reset the market for everyone else because of him wanting to be a diva and try to get the most maximum money from the 49ers. He had an opportunity to get the money from the New England Patriots, as well as the Cleveland Browns and the Steelers. But no, he didn't want it from none of them. He wanted the 49ers to give him the money. He got the money. But now, what does this actually do to the San Francisco 49ers? It hurts us long term. We will not be able to sign Tufanga long term. We will not be able to have Hargrave next season. We won't be able to have many players because of this one contract. This totally is a distraction moving forward for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm truly hoping that someone gets traded mid-season. Hopefully it's not Deebo. Hopefully it's not Kettle. But someone definitely needs to get traded to be able to sign Brock Purdy for $60 million and also have Brandon Aiyuk for this gopik $30 million a season. This is truly a contract where he thought about himself and not thinking about the success of the team. And we all know when it comes to football, it's all about team first, you're last. Hall of Fame people say that all the time. They always put there's no I in team, which today Brandon Aiyuk decided to put the I, and now he's the highest paid wide receiver on the San Francisco 49ers. It hurts my feelings. I'm not going to lie. This really does suck because I truly do see how this team could win multiple Super Bowls moving forward. But with having such a selfish player who wasn't thinking about the team as a whole and thought about himself, who needs $120 million? But that's my personal opinion of that type of money. Who needs that type of cash? Why not 80 million? Why not invest? Why not do all these other things? I get people can get hurt. I totally understand it, but I just really saw the skill of what this team could have been, winning not just one Super Bowl, but 2, 3. And it just takes people wanting to be a part of a team, wanting to be able to sacrifice and stop being selfish so everyone could be great. But that's not the real world. Some people are out for themselves. And I truly do think that Brandon Aiyuk was out for himself. In this contract, he didn't think about the team. He didn't think about what this would do to anyone else but himself. And I believe that shows lack of leadership, lack of being an adult. But it's a business. And if I knew the business, I would still be playing football. I see the San Francisco going back to the Super Bowl this season. There's no denying it that the San Francisco does have the best team in the NFL. There's no arguing that's an actual fact. Kansas City is number 2, even though they won a Super Bowl back-to-back, and they're trying to go for a three-peat. I definitely see San Francisco and Kansas City Chiefs back into the Super Bowl this upcoming year. But it will come with a cost. The San Francisco 49ers will not be able to be that team that they were consistently. We're going to be losing a lot of players, and that will be the greatest distraction on this team. Every single time we lose a game this season, everyone's going to be talking about, are we losing because Brandon Aiyuk now is a focal point? Or we're not going to be able to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Deebo Samuels. I truly do think that this contract has really distracted this team greater than what people are talking about long term. The season's 18 weeks and there's 17 games. And every single time Brandon Aiyuk misses a ball, doesn't run a consistent route, doesn't do anything perfect that guarantees someone needing $76 million, it's going to be a focal lens and it's going to be something that every single journalist talks about. I don't think Brandon Aiyuk's ready for that type of pressure. And it shows with his immaturity of how he dealt with this contract. He didn't allow his agent to work consistently on this contract. He wanted to be the focal point. He wanted to be the shining star, and he wanted all the attention. I definitely see a lot of Antonio Brown and Brandon Aiyuk and how he dealt with this contract. He was greedy and he was thirsty for this money that he wasn't sure to get. At the same time, he's going to have a different lens on him, and we'll see long term if he's actually prepared for that type of scrutiny. It's going to be difficult, but we shall see. I'm looking forward to seeing Christian McCaffrey and see how he blends with Brandon Aiyuk now being a shining star. I'm trying to see how George Kittle, because he hasn't also gotten paid, with Trent Williams, how they are going to blend with now Brandon Aiyuk now being a star. There's going to be a lot of tension on this team on the offensive side of the ball. Will the San Francisco 49ers be able to overcome and really overachieve to finally get over the hump and actually win a Lombardi trophy? Drop in the comment section, give me your thoughts, likes, and opinions, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really do want to know, how are you all thinking about this Brandon Aiyuk contract? Do you think he's actually worthy of $30 million a season? Do you actually think he's going to be with the San Francisco 49ers for the next year? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting me. And yeah, until the next video, thank y'all.